All set? Okay. This is a monologue of Colonel Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain. It takes place during the Civil War. The time is not exactly narrowed down, but it's during the Battle of Gettysburg. During the Battle of Gettysburg, Colonel Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain receives the rest of the 2nd Maine Regiment, who refused to fight any further, and all these received 120 men. 2nd Maine was mustered in Bangor, Maine, for 2 years' service on May 28, 1861, and mustered out in the same place on June 9, 1863. They were the first regiment to march out of the state. The remnants of the 2nd Maine, the men who have enlisted for 3 years rather than 2 years, were transferred to the 20th Maine Voluntary Infantry Regiment under protest. They signed up to fight in the 2nd Maine only. Gettysburg occurred between July 1st and the 3rd in 1863. When Colonel Chamberlain receives the men, he's told he can either use them or shoot them. As told to Chamberlain by the men of the 2nd Maine, the 2nd Maine have been disabused by their officers who are West Point graduates and have been treated like cows or dogs or worse. They've been through 11 engagements and convinced that the Union cannot win the war, and they want to go home. As Chamberlain listens to the men, he's ordered to move out immediately. Now, Chamberlain addresses the men to try to get them to continue on. His forces are depleted, and he needs them to fight with him. After the speech, 117 men agreed to fight with the 20th Maine. Only 3 refused. This is Colonel Lawrence to the men of the, of the 2nd Maine. This regiment was formed last summer in Maine. There were 1,000 of us then. There are less than 300 of us now. All of us volunteered to fight for the Union, just as you did. Some of us came mainly because we were bored at home. Thought this looked like it might be fun. Some came because we were ashamed not to. Many of us came because it was the right thing to do. And all of us have seen men die. This is a different kind of army. If you look back through history, you will see men fighting for pay, for women, for some other kind of loot. They fight for land, power, because a king leads them, or just because they like killing. But we are here for something new. It's not happened much in the history of the world. We are an army out to set other men free. America should be free ground, all of it, not divided by a line between slave state and free. All the way from here to the Pacific Ocean. No man has to bow, no man born to royalty. Here we judge you by what you do, not by who your father was. Here you can be something. Here is the place to build a home. It's not the land, there's always land. It's the idea we have value, you and me. What we're fighting for in the end, we're fighting for each other. I didn't mean to preach. You go ahead, talk a while. If you choose to join us, you want your monsters back so you can have them. Nothing more will be said by anybody anywhere. If you choose not to join us, well, you can come along under guard. And when this is all over, I'll do what I can to see you get fair treatment. But for now, we're moving out. Gentlemen, I think if we lose this fight, we lose the war. So if you choose to join us, all be personally very grateful.